The following is a live broadcast of a Lone Star community radio program, recorded and broadcasted live on irlonestar.com, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and facebook.com/irlonestar. For more information on this show, please visit our show page at irlonestar.com/shows. To sponsor or donate to this program, visit our donate page at irlonestar.com/donate, or email us at lscrstudios@gmail.com, or give us a call at 936-666-1084. Lone Star Community Radio production and broadcast is possible by folks like you. So sponsor and donate today.
You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe, and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Toast to the Town with Christy.
There's always that moment of hesitation.
Which one? Don't do it right. Anyway, welcome to Toast to the Town with Christy and Mel. We are glad to be here today on this beautiful July 1st.
Yes.
The day after June 30th.
The day after June 30th, and the unofficial Bring Your Daughter to the Radio Station Day.
I know. I'm excited.
We are so excited with our special guests. Our wonderful, beautiful, amazing daughters, Katie and Annie, are here with us, and both of them looking at us like we're nuts.
Yeah.
Which is about par for the course.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And the good news, girls, is you're next.
I know. So we're going to start off the day by making an announcement, and that would be that yesterday was officially Queen Melanie Day.
It was.
So happy birthday, Mel.
Thank you.
You're
It was
welcome.
awesome.
Was it a good day?
It was. It was fabulous.
I know. And, you know, here...
My life's pretty fabulous.
It
lately.
is pretty fabulous.
It is.
And, you know, it's kind of a really strange time.
I know it is.
Do you remember way back in, like...
3 weeks ago.
March? Remember way back in March we were like, wouldn't it be funny if this isn't over by the 4th of July and we're going to be celebrating Independence Day?
Yes.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, who'd have thunk it?
Who'd have
Not
thunk
me.
it?
Not
No.
me.
But we got to celebrate your birthday, not in a bar, not in a festive, fun place because they're all closed. But I know. It's a very sad deal.
I know it is.
But we're going to
we
celebrate our
will
freedoms
survive.
this weekend. We will survive.
Us and Gloria Gaynor.
Yeah. And I tell you what, we're coming on a little bit late today. It is
Yes,
my
we
fault. I am having a really rough day today. So
I know that.
Yeah,
I
just
don't
rough
even
day.
hear why. I'm just going to go with. I'm just going to go with the
discombobulated.
Christy Day.
Yeah, you know, it's event tomorrow night, you know, hectic time, meetings,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
life.
Right.
But anyway, and like I had my list of events to go over, and that would be in my car.
Well,
But
I
there-
have several to tell you about. So, I mean, to discuss with you. You know about them.
Well,
but-
there's one that I want to make sure everybody knows about because I think this is such a cool deal. Tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m., there is going to be a food drive and also a pet care drive, I guess you could say, outside of Woodforest Stadium, right there in the Woodlands. They are doing free vaccinations and free microchipping for anybody that is a Montgomery County resident. So if you need to take your new pet, if you've adopted a pet during quarantine time or whatever, and you haven't had a chance to get into the vet, you can take them and get free vaccinations, free microchipping, and I know that they're also going to be giving out some food and some dog food, and that's all going outside Woodforest Stadium. I know it starts at 10. I think it goes until 2. So to me, it's a big, important thing that everybody needs to take advantage of.
It is. It is.
Yep.
Well, the other things that we have seen pop up start to manifest themselves into real events, and that is the bands, our local live music.
Yes, local live music is coming up.
And I'm excited about this weekend, although I won't be in town because I'll be out at my folks. But didn't you have?
Yeah, Cody Hibbert is going to be playing at Pacific Yard House.
I got a personal invitation.
And Cody is so great, such a wonderful new talent. I've had a chance to not only hear him play, but to spend some time interviewing him and everything. Going to be a really great show. Pacific Yard House is primarily a restaurant, so they are open. They are down to 50% capacity per Governor Abbott's orders. But so if you want to get your tickets, get them now. But it'll be great. And then if you don't want to stay, if you don't want to get out, if you want to hang out, our good dear friend, okay, not really, but wanting to be his good dear friend,
Well,
or
I'm
him
wanting
and his
to.
wife's good dear friend.
I'm wanting to also.
Casey Donahue is doing his Corona Happy Hour episode 13 tomorrow night. If you have
Aw,
not tuned
he's-
in to his Facebook concerts, you're absolutely missing out. It has been the highlight of this whole pandemic situation.
It has been.
Yep. Yep.
But also, isn't our good friend Benny Bryant, isn't he performing?
Yes, but that's at a private event.
Oh.
So
well,
shut your face.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
But there are lots of great shows going on for at these restaurants, and if you get a chance, support these restaurants whenever they are open, whenever they are having live music, because, these guys don't really have many outlets. And with bars and nightclubs being shut down, restaurants are their only avenues of being able to play. So if you get a chance, swing by your restaurant, even if you're getting a to-go order, listen to the music for a little bit, show your love and support, because, these
Yes.
guys and gals really need it right now.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. So do we have anything for later in the month of July that we know of that's coming up? I'm talking about entertainment-wise.
Yeah, sure.
Bars.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but they're on the list that's
sure.
not in here.
And the thing is right now, everything is a little bit on hold because we
know.
don't know what's
I
going to
know.
happen. For those that don't know, not only were bars closed and restaurants reduced to 50% capacity, but some other services have been closed down too, including some tubing services if you're looking to go tubing. Yes, there are some arrangements that you can make outside of those services to make it work. But if you're planning a trip or you're planning an outing, something that's been on your calendar for a while, make sure you call ahead or shoot them an email just to double check. Make sure everything's still on track.
Yeah, it's not all kind of what it seems to be
Yeah.
right, and especially right now. Let
Yeah.
me put it that way.
So I
Yes.
must ask you a question.
Oh goodness.
I know.
That's lovely.
Because we're getting festive today.
We are.
Party hats just weren't enough. I had to get Queen Mel the tiara, but, I felt like I needed to go the
I
extra
love
mile
my
today.
tiara. I
Thank you.
love my tiara. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Wait till you get your present later.
Oh.
But with everything going on, we have some guests that are going to be upcoming on the show because there is something that's still going on, and that would be the runoff election with early voting starting yesterday.
I know. And
I could never have a mustache. That tickles too much.
mine would just compete with mine.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So we have upcoming guests.
We do have upcoming guests, but early voting started yesterday. If you have not cast your vote yet, it is for the runoff election from March.
From March.
So we have
It's a long time,
we
people.
have a
You gotta
couple
remember
of
what
judges
happened.
positions and a constable position, and
That's it.
That's it. Yep.
So just to recap for everybody who's listening, so you know what you're voting for. You are not hear me, clean out your ears. You are not voting for Conroe City Council.
Not yet.
Not yet. You are going to do that in November.
Yes.
Okay. So what you will be voting for, and is equally as equally as important, is the two judges races, which are the 457th.
Yes.
And that's a runoff between the great Santini, Vince Santini. I just like saying
I
that.
know, it's so
Sorry.
fun.
Yeah, exactly. And of course Eric Yallick.
Yeah, and Vince,
then-
who was on our show last week
Vince was
with
on our
Joe,
show with
and
Joe.
I know, so great.
Oh, I know.
So fun.
Anyway, and they had a heck of an event on
Yeah.
Monday night.
Yeah, they
They're
did.
just awesome. Okay, and then the second judges race would be the
Ninth District
the
Court of
Ninth
Appeals.
District Court of Appeals, and that the office in Beaumont, but that's a big part of Montgomery County is probably the biggest vote block that there
Mm-hmm.
is. So we need we as an electorate need to show a good turnout and make sure that our voice is heard.
Yep.
And that would be between Jay Wright and
Scott Goldman.
And then the other race is between Precinct 2 Constable, incumbent Constable Gene DeForest, and
Daniel Pena.
Daniel Pena, who is an up-and-comer law enforcement
Yep.
guy. So anyway, those are important positions.
Yes, and do your research.
Do your
It
research,
didn't take
right.
long to do a little bit of
Right,
research.
exactly.
And in fact, you know what? I think we should toast. Not only you, we forgot to toast you for your birthday. So first of all, let's
Aw.
toast you for your birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cheers to me.
And second of all, after that, here's to everybody who gets out and votes. Guys,
Yes.
this is an important election. It may not seem very interesting to you, but you want to make sure that you're putting the right people in those judges' seats and in that constable chair. and make sure that you get out and vote. Voter turnout's going to be low, so your vote is going to
Your
speak
vote is
volumes.
going to count. Your vote is actually going to count this time.
Yes.
So get out and do it. And let me tell you
Yeah.
something else. And I don't know if Christy will do this, but you're all welcome to message me privately on Facebook.
Yeah, me too.
Just Melanie Shuttle or Christy Leggett. And I'm pointing at you,
I
so
know.
everybody knows.
I know.
Anyway, and ask us what we think, and we'll be glad to tell you all sides.
Absolutely.
And we'll be glad to give you our
and,
opinion too.
and do yourself a favor, do us all a favor, grab 10 of your friends and say,
Yes.
hey, let's go vote.
Go.
Take the kids, let them go ahead and get in the habit of seeing what it's like to go cast a vote. I've been taking Katie and her brother Jackson to go vote with me since y'all were little. And so it's always still a fun, exciting time. And I always grab extra stickers
Yes.
because, we always
Yes.
proudly wear our stickers. But get out there, vote. It's early voting, so you can vote in a multitude of locations. You can go to the old website address used to be mctx.org/elections. I think now it's elections.mctx.org.
Yes, that is correct.
So go. You can look at the sample ballot. You can find out who you're voting for, and just be prepared. Get out there and vote.
Yes,
Yes.
please vote.
Please vote.
Please vote. And
Because-
and one more thing.
Yes.
You know all that stuff you get in the mail that we all hate to get?
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't hate to get it, but there are a lot of people who hate to get
Right.
stuff in the mail. And we get it. And even if you don't read it, that's okay. Throw it away. But those people have spent a lot of money trying to convince you that they want to work for you. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a sign of respect to vote.
Absolutely.
So respect their hard work and their efforts because they have put some into it.
Yes, and I would say this too. For those of you who might be a little bit concerned or a little bit unhappy with the way things have been, or maybe you're happy with the way things have been handled through this COVID pandemic, through the crisis, through everything that's been going on, we could list them for days.
Right.
Remember that those in those elected positions are there because of the people that got out to vote.
Correct.
So, vote that you're happy, vote that you're not happy, but get out there and vote. Your voice counts. It matters. If you don't think it matters, look around at what's happening in other areas, not only of the country, but of the world, and pay attention and get excited. Get people fired up to go vote and vote smartly. I don't care who you vote for, honestly, as long as you get out there, you do the research. You don't just do what somebody's telling you to do.
Right.
I mean, if you have a trusted
I'll
somebody,
be glad to tell you what to
well,
do.
I mean, but if you if
I
you're
know.
looking for a
I know.
trusted source and somebody that's educated, that's one thing. But get out there and just vote.
Yes.
Just vote.
Yes.
It's so vitally important, especially in this day and age.
Exactly.
We've got a big election coming up in November.
Yes.
Lots of very big elections coming up in November. So, if for some reason you're not registered to vote now, get your voter registration in so you can vote in November.
Absolutely.
Did I make that clear?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Okay,
I think
just
I
making
got
sure.
it.
But anyway, so go out there and do that. But we've got some upcoming guests that are going to be sharing some of their points of view on the election and where the position is running for office. So be sure you're tuning in. And that's interesting. I think we
Yeah.
should take a break.
I think we should. Are we good to take a break, Dick? Okay, let's do
All
that.
right, we're going to go ahead and take a break. All of a sudden, we hear alarms going off. We're just going to go check on a couple of things. If you are out and about, make sure you are tuning in to 104.5 or 106.1 on the FM dial if you're in the Conroe area. Or you can also watch us live on the Moxie Innovative Facebook page. Just look us up. And if you have any events or news that you would like us to share, be sure and send us a direct message.
Yes,
and we will
direct
share that with
message.
everyone today. You're listening to Toast of the Town with Christy and Mel. We'll be right back.
This is Rick, TRC. Every Tuesday on my show, Afternoons with Lone Star from 3 to 7, I play back-to-back classic rock hits. That's right. I like to call it a 2 for Tuesday or a 3 for whatever it is you'd like. Call the request line 936-647-3776 or message me on Facebook, Afternoons with Lone Star, make a music request. That's right, you can do it. Here's what else. Go over to our website, irlonestar.com. Get the app on your phone. It's easy. You'll like it.
Does volunteering at a nonprofit horse sanctuary sound wonderful? Or are you a veteran or a veteran spouse and think trying a peer group session through a local Horses and Heroes equine program might be worth trying? Henry's Home Horse and Human Sanctuary, located in Grand Central Park by appointment only. is home to a growing number of rescued and donated horses. Visit our website at henryshomehorsesanctuary.org or check out our Facebook at Henry's Home Horse and Human Sanctuary for more information.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That's Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on the computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. A Lone Star Community Radio, broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
Welcome back, everybody. Yes, we can refill.
Priorities here.
Priorities here. We're talking about Champagne Day. Actually, we have champagne every show.
Yes.
And we love it. But welcome back to Toast to the Town with Christy. I can't get it.
Maybe we should call it Toasted in the Town.
Toasted of the Town. Anyway, Toast of the Town with Christy.
I know. So welcome July.
Yeah, welcome July.
Welcome
Absolutely.
July.
Absolutely.
Let's hope July brings some more fun surprises. I would say funner, but that makes me sound like I'm from Cut and Shoe, which I am. But obviously July is a big month. There's some big days coming up.
I know.
I
think there's another birthday or two in the makings here.
Yeah, three.
Three?
Well, you've got Jackson and her brother.
Oh, right.
Jackson and her brother Katie.
Katie and her brother
Start this
Jackson.
over. Katie and her brother Jackson, I know, turning the big 15.
15
on
Look at
Sunday.
her. She just
after
gets more
the 4th.
beautifuler and more beautiful.
I know.
Speaking of Cut
she's
and
so
Shoe.
smiley. Look at these beautiful girls.
The eyes. Oh.
And so that's coming up, and then it's amazing because I have birthdays, but I don't get any older.
I know you don't.
So,
you don't.
but that's later. We don't have to worry about that.
I know.
But first and foremost, we've got the 4th of July, and we really did have this conversation a few months ago when all this craziness started.
I know.
About celebrating our independence, being locked up in our homes.
We thought it was so funny.
I know we did, but who would have thought that it would still be going on after all this time? But because of that, and because of the restrictions and everything, there have been some cancellations of some 4th of July events, which is so sad. So sad.
I know.
Especially, when Jackson and Katie were little, they thought that the fireworks on 4th of July were always in honor of their birthday, which is the next day. And I always fed into it because it made me feel really, really special. Like, yes, kids.
yes.
Your
babies.
mom made this happen.
Yes, babies. Your mom
made this happen. But there are still some fireworks shows going on. I've been looking and I cannot get confirmation on all of the fireworks shows that are going on at the lake. So if you have information about any of the particular subdivisions or anybody that's doing official fireworks shows on the lake, please let me know. People have been blowing up my phone wanting to know the details if they're still going on.
We'll put it on the Moxie Facebook page, which will get a fair amount of traffic.
And Montgomery Freedom Fest had to be canceled. The Woodlands annual 4th of July celebration event was canceled. They are still moving forward with the fireworks, but they're wanting everybody to stay in their cars and watch them. I know that Trail of Life Cowboy Church out towards Cut and Shoot is doing fireworks starting at about 8 p.m. We also have going on the 4th. I know that there are some farmers markets that are still out and about. If you want to get out, you can go to the Navasota Freedom Festival, which is happening this weekend. They're having a parade starting at 11. Festival starts at 12. They've got a cornhole tournament, live music all afternoon. So if you want to get out and about, you can do that. Mask optional because Grimes County, as of right now, is not under mandatory mask
What is Montgomery County? Is it under?
No, we are not, as far as I know.
Okay, good.
But other than that, you do have, especially here in downtown Conroe, where you have all these great small businesses that are need your business. Pacific Yard House, Red Brick Tavern, Villa Italia, Joe's Italian, Vernell's. If you haven't stopped in Vernell's, oh my goodness, their chicken salad's fantastic. But all these great restaurants, all these great businesses that really could stand some extra foot traffic. So if you want to get out and do some shopping, you want to go out and see some restaurants, they're doing their best not only to serve you and bring you a menu that you'll love, even if they are kind of cutting back where they have to, but bringing you live music. And so get out and support those local businesses. And, it's 4th of July. It's a time regardless of all the other issues that we're dealing with, is that we need to celebrate the birth of this country and celebrate the freedoms that come with it.
I want to talk. Can I talk?
Yes, go.
Oh, goodness. I'm probably going to get in trouble, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay.
Yay!
So I was out of town with a friend this weekend, and we were in Waco, Texas. And when the administrative government there said, you got to wear a mask. If you're going to go in a business, you got to wear a mask. Right, mandated. And I want to tell you, okay, first of all, it's a pain in the neck to wear a mask anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. You sweat, you get
And you break out, people are breaking out.
Yeah, exactly. I hate the mask, but I get that it's a safety issue.
Right,
Okay.
sure.
So anyway, so we went in places that would be equivalent to being in places here. So we went into Cavender's at one point. We went into Cabela's at one point. We went into Boot Barn at one point. We went other places. Anyway, and at all of those places, we were one of maximum 3 people in the store.
That were wearing masks?
No,
That were not?
total 3 people in the store on a Saturday.
Oh. Wow.
So maybe it was a Friday. I think it was a Friday. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that I think as people get restrictions on them, they quit going. Okay. So thank you, Judge Keogh, and administrators, including all of the commissioners that help make these decisions, for not putting the mask restrictions on. I think people still wear masks most of the time. I don't know, but I'm just guessing they do. The point I'm trying to make is that when people have to wear a mask, they get unhappy. They quit shopping. They quit shopping.
You know, and I've been involved with a couple of discussions, some heated, some very calm, and I want to touch on this lightly if I can. I don't believe this is necessarily a topic that is divided solely on political party lines.
I agree with you.
And not solely on ideologies. I think there are people on, whether they identify with blue or red or purple, that have their own individual opinions about wearing masks and social distancing and closures and schools and everything else. I mean, this is a very complicated time that we're having to deal with and trying to negotiate. Right. And then you hear these reports about the numbers and how they're wrong and how you have, misreported positives and misreported negatives. And you've got, why we're reporting antibody tests that showed that they did have it. But, oh no, we're only doing, current active cases. And it's because we've never been through this. We don't exactly have our act together. Right. And by us, I mean the collective society. We haven't really gotten our act together. But what is most disturbing to me along the level is, me, I'm a passionate person. I'm passionate in everything that I do. I know. And passion is a great thing, but you have to have passion with a little bit of understanding and humility. I've seen some really horrible things be said to people, some judgments. We just went through this civil rights movement, this re-enlivening of it. And, 2 weeks ago, a week ago, we were talking about respecting each other and appreciating each other for our own individual attributes, for celebrating our differences and celebrating what we can do because of those differences and how we can make the world a better place. Fast forward a week later when we're talking about masks, and there are people on both sides that are like, no, you're wrong, and your opinion is wrong, and what you say doesn't matter because you're wrong. And it is absolutely frustrating to me because as much as I love to see people impassioned by different issues and different things that they care about, it's like within and under a week's time, people lost the element of respect and regard for one another. And that really, really disturbs me.
Well, I agree with you. But here's the real story. Here's what's happening. There are people, and it's not here. Okay, there may be a few cases here, but in Houston, there are cases where people, entire families, have had it run through their family. Have had
right,
now, and maybe they didn't lose anybody, but those people are going to have respiratory issues for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Okay, it's serious,
and it's very sad.
It is. It is. So those people are concerned when they see somebody without a mask. They feel like that person is personally attacking them.
Sure,
attacking their family. I get that. I get that they feel that way. I also get standing there in the heat and having that sweat on my face while I'm trying to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And trying to get a point across, and then finally pulling the mask down and said, what I said was, and then pulling the mask back up, which is terrible.
You know, I saw somebody post the other day. I don't know why anybody wears a mask while they're driving in their car by themselves.
Yeah.
But somebody literally got carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide poisoning and passed out while they were driving and hit
Lord.
a tree.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
So.
Lots of thoughts.
So I get
there.
it. Yes,
Lots of
I
thoughts
know.
there.
I know.
But the point I'm trying to make is that people are hurt, and when they're hurt, they respond differently
Yeah.
than when they're thinking, about in general, thinking life through.
And so I don't know. I just want people to
I
start
agree with
being
you. I agree
kinder.
with you.
Kindness matters. Kindness matters. Kindness always matters. We've got the kids that are sitting here, and it's summertime, and I really haven't heard a whole lot of complaints out of mine that they haven't gone to school since spring break. But
they're ready to go back.
But they're ready to go back, and we're a month, a month and 12 days outside of school starting again.
Right.
Nobody knows what's going on. Dr. Knoll, who is the superintendent of Conroe ISD, did a Facebook Live update on Monday, and said, "Hey, we got to slow this down, or these kids aren't going back to school."
Yeah, it was awakening.
And so it's, make wise choices, be thoughtful of your neighbors, be considerate, but make choices that you're okay with in your conscience. But everybody just needs to just remember that we got to be kind to each other, because we're all going through this together. It doesn't affect one more. It affects one more than the other, but this virus, whether you believe it's the concern has been inflated or not, is affecting all of us on a very, very basic level. And I think it's really important to
me now on a daily level, because the place where Annie goes, which is I'll tell everybody, it's New Danville. It's a great facility. We love it. They've closed down now for 2 weeks because they had a case. Somebody called in, said they had gotten
positive.
Somebody tested positive, so they've closed down now for 2 weeks. Well, that affects me on a daily basis because I work.
Yeah.
And Annie is Annie's now my work partner, aren't you? Good.
Yeah, she's an awesome work partner. And and then you've got Jackson goes to baseball workouts. Well, now those have been canceled because a kid tested positive. And and then I saw a story of a friend of mine who has a very close personal friend that has just been put on a respirator and is in the hospital because of COVID. So, or that tested positive for COVID. It doesn't necessarily mean they are put on a respirator because of COVID. So just do your due diligence. Pay attention to what's going on. Be considerate of your neighbors. Take care of each other.
Yes.
That's
please. Please, and be nice.
I know.
Just be nice.
Because we are like almost smack dab in the middle of our birthdays. Okay, well, not really, because yours was just yesterday. But
well, that puts us in the middle.
Yeah. So I think we need to start a new tradition.
Okay.
Starting like the whole period between Mel's birthday and Christy's birthday needs to be like a period of moxiness.
Moxiness.
I think this might be coming in the next day or two. So stay tuned as we work out the details.
It's the Moxie campaign.
It is. But we're, but anyway, we've got this COVID, we've got everything going on, but life goes on. Yesterday I had a meeting about the Conroe Cajun Catfish Festival that is still slated to start happening in October with some modified changes and some very smart, considerate, get ahead of the game, do more than you're asked, and be more than what's expected. Sanitation guidelines and some things that we're putting in place. So life does go on. Life does not revolve around COVID.
Yeah. You know what? It doesn't revolve around COVID. Right. That's the issue. But but COVID controls so much of what we do, even though it doesn't revolve around COVID. COVID is in control, sort of.
Well, the thing is, and this is what I want everybody to think. Well, no, I don't. I'm fixing to get in trouble. But I'm going to go ahead and put it out there anyway. You know what? I don't stop going places whenever the flu is in season.
I know. I don't either. And you and I have talked about this.
I know.
We know. We kind of feel the same way about it.
We're really trying not to get off on our soapbox tangent.
Yeah. And
maybe
and
I
part
should
of it
just put my
is
mustache back on.
And yeah, you won't talk so much.
I'm just going to put it.
And Annie has asthma, and so when all this first started, we really stayed home and stayed out of the way. Well, I really wish we hadn't, because that was 3 months we spent at home. That was back when we didn't really need to. We didn't have bad cases.
Yeah.
I wish we'd waited till now to stay out, because now it's like I've
It's
got to
so
go to
crazy.
work. Well,
Yeah.
we've got to work.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
You
we
know,
have to make a living.
she has asthma, but she'd also like to be fed.
Well, and that's my thing too. I'm a big fan of food, if you can't tell, and I like to eat, so I gotta work.
I know.
And I'm still fighting with the Texas Workforce Commission. So, hey, if you're listening, please make sure that you're pay attention to my situation, because it's making me crazy. Anyway.
That was funny.
I
That was
know.
good.
So sorry. But there are some really great sporting events that are still happening. I know Major League Baseball is still slated to try to come back towards the end of July, depending on if they can come to a final agreement. But there are some new contracts being signed. So to me, I take that as a really good sign.
Right.
There are still some select baseball tournaments, some softball tournaments that are still going on. Kids are getting outside, and taking advantage. I'm fixing to put my kids to work.
Look at that face.
Because why not? They got to do
Work?
something. But beaches are still open. The lake is still open. There's still lots of great things you can do.
Hey, did she do data entry? Did you do data entry? I'm going to put you to work. Do you do data entry?
We'll see. We'll see about that.
I don't know. Good answer.
I know, good answer. But anyway, so I can't believe. Well, I showed up late, so we're running out of time so quick. Should we go ahead and take a quick break, or
give us a quick break, Dick?
we're going to
and
take
we
a
will
quick
come
break,
right
and we're
back.
going to come right back, and we're going to get our act together for the next 17 minutes. Anyway, you're tuned in to Toast the Town with Christy and Mel. We'll be back.
What is homelessness? Have you seen parents struggle to find a job without having transportation or childcare? What about the children sleeping in cars with nothing to eat? Families shouldn't have to struggle to survive, and children should not be homeless. Family Promise of Montgomery County serves the needs of homeless families and their children. Learn about ways you can help and learn about partnership opportunities at www.familypromiseofmc.org or call our day center at 936-441-8778.
Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for a summer internship, Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to learn the radio and TV business. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776. Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world.
Are you interested in learning more about preparing quick, healthy, and safe meals for your family? Would you like to spend time with others learning tips and tricks, along with practicing and tasting nutritious food? If so, the On the Road to Healthy Living Mobile Cooking School is for you. Call Amy Ressler at Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service at 936-539-7825 to find a class near you or volunteer to host a class.
Welcome back, everybody, to Toast to the Town with Christy and Mel. Hey, it came out quickly. You and your headwear over there, your little unicorn hat. And
I am head challenged today.
I know you are. I know you are. Listen,
Goodness.
while we were on break, we had a little comment from one of our cohorts. That would be Miss Katie Leggett down there at the end of the table, and she pointed out that
Hi,
her mama
Katie.
said
Can you
she
say
wouldn't.
hi?
There you go. Listen to her. She's so sweet. Anyway, Katie. Your mama said you didn't work. You hadn't been working.
I have been working because I've been going to cross country at 7 o'clock every morning
Yeah.
to go
Country,
run.
Where do you run? Who do you run for?
Willis the high school. Yeah,
Yeah, but who has to get up and drive you there?
but you still
every
have to go
day?
to work.
Well, I know,
so-
but I don't
Yeah,
have
well,
to
you
be
gotta
there at
go to work.
7.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in your opinion, because you've been out of school since spring break. It's like the spring break that never ended. What do you think? What is your opinion on going back to school in the fall?
I want to go back because I'm like bored at staying home, but it's gonna be different because we're gonna have to like maybe wear masks and stuff. So I don't want to go back if we have to constantly.
So are you excited about cheering on the sidelines with a mask on your face?
No.
And
Not at all.
You can social distance and surely you can take the mask.
So what's I think it's important that we kind of look at this perspective. What is the kind of general consensus with your friends? Is everybody just ready to go back?
Yeah, because we can't see each other because nothing's open, so we can't hang out anywhere and do anything.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of ready to see each other and be able to see each other on a daily basis like we usually did.
Yeah. Well, and y'all aren't on Facebook really. Mm-mm. So y'all don't see the junk. Like my Facebook feed is so full of mess. Facebook isn't very enjoyable to me right now.
No, I agree.
And Instagram is better, but not so great. Y'all are on Snapchat, so y'all don't see this constant bombardment of stories and news and whatever. What are y'all hearing? How are y'all hearing the information? Is it just from your parents, like griping about it? What's the deal?
Yeah, a little bit. I've seen a bunch of stuff on Twitter, but I don't really go on Twitter that much. But that's where I've seen some of it. And there's some on Instagram, but not like a lot.
Yeah. Is your group of friends, are y'all afraid of going back to school? Are you afraid of getting sick? Do y'all know anybody?
No.
Do you know anybody personally that's tested positive, A?
Yes.
And B, do you know anybody that's shown symptoms after testing positive?
Not symptoms, but I know, like when I went to Galveston, we were supposed to have more friends come down, but somebody tested positive, so they couldn't come because they were hanging out with her, so nobody could come down after she tested positive.
But did she ever get sick?
Not really.
No. And I think that's kind of, because they're showing more positive test results from the younger demographics. But less hospitalizations and fewer symptoms. Mm-hmm. So I just think it's really interesting to hear from their perspective because they're watching this from a different set of lenses than we all are.
Right.
And,
and if you remember when we started this, it was about protecting our parents. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's really what it was about.
I know, and then then the narrative changed, and then it was, now we are having more positives in the younger sector, but they weren't really showing as many symptoms. Now I know that we've had
a lot of them no symptoms,
right? And I know some of the cases that we've had here lately have been younger that have been hospitalized,
right?
But not this young. Typically speaking,
right,
I don't know of anybody that's in their teenage years that has been hospitalized for COVID.
There are a couple, but I mean nationwide. I don't know about anybody locally who has. Okay, our phone will ring now.
Probably
Q phone.
There's going to be lots of reasons for people to be griping at me later.
I was going to say we may get a few calls about today, but anyway. But I really think it's important that you and I let everyone know that we are not hardened to the
susceptible.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are not.
Absolutely not.
We absolutely get it. We both have people in our family whom we are concerned about.
Sure.
In our own personal families, you and I both.
Well, my dad just had surgery.
Right.
And he is currently in a rehab facility as a result of that surgery.
Right.
Scares me to death.
Sure does.
He's 81 years old, and he's, it's very, very scary, and it's really sad. I can't visit him couldn't visit him in the hospital. Can't visit him in the rehab facility, and they're limiting the time that anybody can go up there and get any kind of updates. So it's. I understand the challenges and the fears, and as somebody that spent a lot of time sick as a child, I completely get it. Which is why I say just be kind and respectful of everyone around you.
Right.
And and with these kids, I'm a huge college football fan, and I will be devastated if college football does not happen this season. But I look at these kids, too, and all the events that I think we could navigate through to still let them participate, because otherwise it's going to have long-lasting ramifications.
Sure it will. Sure it will. Yeah. And I think you guys are in a unique position. I mean, I think there will be a million books written. But
I know y'all are like living through history.
I know
that's kind of cool.
Y'all are the I don't know what the proper term is, but I can't think of it on the top of my head. But you're the main characters of this sector of history. Yeah. You really are.
There are going to be movies made that are going to be coming out in the next year or so, and it's going to be like romance stories through COVID.
Yeah, who's going to play Katie Leggett? Yeah, that's what they'll do.
Oh, who should play Katie Leggett?
Katie Leggett.
See, I don't know whose daughter she is. But and you went to Galveston, and you spent some time there. Were the beaches crowded?
We were on like the private beach, but on the part that wasn't, like it was normal.
Yeah, but there were people still out there.
Okay, good.
A lot.
Well,
That's
that
good.
makes me
Yeah, I know.
happy.
I know. So, what's it feel like to turn 15 in the middle of a global pandemic?
I haven't turned 15 yet.
Smart answer. I know. Now, one thing I have noticed too
Sunday,
is
you know?
Sunday, and we were all ready to go and do permits on Monday, and the DPS doesn't have an opening until late August.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well,
a
that's
little
good.
bit
Not
of a
everybody-
a little bit of a backlog. So, yeah, there's that, but that's okay. When you can drive, you'll drive, and that saves me a little bit of money on my car insurance between now and then. Geico should do a commercial using that.
yeah. Thank you, pandemic.
Thanks, COVID, for saving me a month of car insurance. But anyway, but there are some great events still going on. If there was something that you had made plans to do this 4th of July, make sure you call ahead and check in advance to see
Please
if
do.
it is still on. I know there will be fireworks around. The fireworks stands are still open. If you're stuck at home and you're in a place where you can pop some fireworks, go support that small business too, and
Yes.
get some sparklers. Sparklers make the world a better place.
They do.
They do.
They're like rainbows.
Yeah, they are.
Or sunshines, as somebody told me this morning.
Yeah, so we've, but coming up, we do have some shows slated to happen. We've got Kurt Maddox that is going to be joining us next
Yes,
week.
yes.
He is the VP of Conroe Golf Cars, and they have been really hit by the whole
Mhm, they
COVID
have,
pandemic.
they have.
And
He was actually scheduled for today, you know.
Yeah.
But he is quarantining.
self-quarantined.
because they all have to.
They got exposed,
That's
and
right.
but it's really, I think it brings a different perspective from a small business owner, a
Absolutely.
very successful small business owner, about how this affects not only his business life but his personal life and everything else that's going on.
Right.
So, and his son plays baseball, so they've been dealing with that too, and
sure.
a son in college and dealing with that too. So, kind of a very large spectrum of things going on. And Kurt's a really great guy.
Mm-hmm. And
so-
also, we will have somebody on. You remember Lindsay Kasperzak was on our show a few weeks back.
We love Lindsay
We love
Kasperzak.
it. We love Lindsay Kasperzak.
Tres presidentes.
yes.
Yes.
God, I forgot about that.
Oh, sorry, folks. Got her on a tangent.
Okay, sorry.
Squirrel.
Anyway, we got 1 minute left, Dick says. But anyway, she will have one of her clients here who is she owns a float center, for gosh sake.
Sensory
Awesome.
deprivation, complete relaxation, clear your mind, find clarity.
Oh my gosh.
I think I need to go float.
I need to go float.
I
We
should
need to
go
go
float.
find it. The place is in the
I know.
Woodlands.
We either
gotta
need
go
to
find it.
we either need to go float or we need to float that bottle of champagne that's
Yes.
sitting there on the floor.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's do
finish
that. Yeah, I know. So mark your calendars. Make sure you are set
Tune
to
in
join
next
us
week.
next Wednesday.
We are looking forward to it.
We are going to have our acts together. We are still celebrating Mel's birthday. We're just going to say that's what it is.
That's what it is. Yes.
Our brains are on you.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I know.
Yeah.
We love Mel.
Yeah.
Make sure you share your birthday wishes with her too on our Facebook page because we all love Mel. She
Thank
is the
you.
queen
Y'all are
bee around
sweet.
here. Be kind. Take care of
Yeah,
each other.
please be
Happy
sweet
4th
to
of
each other.
July.
Please be sweet to
Celebrate
each other.
independence. We love you, America.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yes.
Take care. We'll see you next week.
Today's show was recorded and broadcasted live on irlonestar.com, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and all rights and ownership are reserved to Lone Star Community Radio. For more information regarding this program and Lone Star Community Radio, visit us online at irlonestar.com. Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station, serving the community with local programming on TV, radio, and online. If you enjoyed today's program, please support us by sponsorship or starting your own show. Contact us today by phone or text at 936-666-1084 or email the station at lscrstudios@gmail.com.